Greeley Water is committed to helping its customers conserve water through a variety of water conservation programs. With us today is Ruth Quade. She is the Water Conservation Administrator for the City of Greeley. So Ruth knows a lot about water conservation, which is lucky for us. She's here to talk to us about it. Water conservation can be both indoor and outdoor, but today we're going to concentrate on a few programs that talk about outdoor water conservation. Later this month, March 20th through the 26th, we have Fix a Leak program, so expect more information to come out about that week. So Ruth, the first program I want to talk about is the Landscape Lecture Series. So that started in February, but there's still a lot of classes remaining. So talk to us a little bit about the classes and what people can learn by attending.
So most of the classes, well, all of the classes, it's landscape lectures, are about gardening and landscaping and more sustainable practices for people to use in their yard. They're geared for beginner to advanced. Even if you're an advanced gardener, you're going to come and learn something. I'm a gardening nerd, and I learn something new from every gardener I talk to.
Okay, great. I've been gardening myself for like the 20 years that I've lived in Greeley. So what can people learn? Can they learn new things if they have attended in the past? Is new information coming out every year? What can people learn?
Sure. I do repeat certain programs every few years just because new crowds come in and other crowds, might want to hear it again. But I have a lot of new items. I have Tony Koski, who's going to talk about cold hardy succulents, which we've never really had a class on that. And succulents are getting very big, also very water thrifty because of those thick cells that are leaves that hold water. And those are a great option. I'm going to have Don Ehar from Pawnee Buttes come and talk about how to do native seeding of grass and do it right so you get maximum success. So that's just two. There's a whole bunch.
Okay, very good. So how can people register for these classes and look at the full schedule?
The best way to do that is to go to greeleygov.com and then / landscape lectures with an S on the end. And that will have the classes. You can register. The exciting thing is we're going back to in person this year. So I did just do a webinar because of the convenience of it for customers, but we are going to do most of them in person.
Okay, great. The next thing we're going to talk about is the Life After Lawn program. Mm-hmm. So, I live in a house, so I have a lawn. So for people like me that struggle with like how much water to use, to keep your yard looking lush and green. So is it possible to have a great looking front yard and conserve water at the same time?
It is. And people tend to think of it as grass or rock. And there's a whole bunch of plants in between that you can put in your yard that you don't even have to get rid of all the grass. I recommend to people if they want some savings, keep about a third of it in high water, which is your grass, a third of it in moderate, and a third of it in low. And you're going to get about a 46 to 50% savings in just that part of the yard.
Well, great. Everybody likes savings, so that's a good thing. Also, there's a few requirements for people who want to participate in the program. Can you hit on a couple of the main ones that people need to be wary of?
Yes, of course. So it's available to both homeowners, so single-family homes, or to commercial, HOA green spaces, businesses, or say there are a lot of churches or places of worship around town that have a lot of grass, and we're willing to help all of those folks participate. So no matter who you are, you have to comply with city landscape codes, so it has to be 50% live plants, and it has to be, for homeowners, it needs to be in your front yard. And we want to replace healthy watered grass. And so if you're spending a lot of time watering, fertilizing, mowing, and you don't want to do that anymore, say you want to take more vacations, that's the place to remove it. Side yards are a great place to remove it if you're on a corner lot because that grass never gets used.
and you don't have to look at it. So,
Yeah.
all right. The last thing is the garden in a box. Now, this one, Greeley residents really get behind, and they get excited about it, all year long. They can't wait for it to kick off again. So tell us why that's so popular, and how does it help people conserve water?
So all of these programs are related, and this is a great way if you're doing the Life After Lawn program and you're new to gardening. You get the plants. I call them garden kits. It's not technically in a box. So these garden kits have the plants, planting instruction, all the plants are labeled, and you get 1 to 3 little road maps or designs so you know where to put the plants so that you get the maximum color, maximum success.
Okay, great. A lot of good information, Ruth. Thank you so much for being with us today. You can learn more about these water conservation programs and more water topics related to Greeley at greeleygov.com/water. And while you're there, make sure that you sign up for Water and Sewer's monthly e-newsletter so you can stay on top of all of Greeley's water news.